All right, this is like the fifth time I've had to redo this because I'm just having issues this morning, and I'm sorry. Um, so, one of the things that we've learned, obviously the hard way, is that if we purchased the 24-inch letters starter package from Victory Store. And so we have 24-inch letters by 11 and a half inches wide. So they only give you a certain number of letters, right? So we have two yellow Y's, two yellow T's, two red yellows, so on. You do a happy birthday, I mean, that stuff gets eaten up pretty quick. So what do you do? Because you can't overnight any of this stuff. This video is going to solve your problem, okay? We had this issue, and we were not going to call anybody back and say we couldn't do this because this was like a 7-year-old girl, and there was no way I was not going to deliver a sign. Because we bring joy to people. That's what we do. That's what our business is. We bring joy to people. Excuse me. So, you're in a situation, you've sold a sign, you've gotten paid, you're missing a Y or a P. In this case, I've cut out a P, and I'll show you. What you do is, I know you guys have all seen the local franchises like Fast Signs, right? They're everywhere. Google it, Fast Signs in your area. And every fast sign who makes signs has and purchases typically a 4x8, 4 feet by 8 feet piece of corrugated plastic, the same corrugated plastic that all of our letters are made from, probably the same sheet that Victory Store uses. So we called and we bought a 4x8. One place charged us $50, which was a lot, and then another place charged us $30. But here's the good news. Once you get your sheet, you can make as many letters as you want. I'll show you how. It's not complicated. Really, guys, it's not complicated at all. We're really lucky. This is very easy. And I'll show you what you need to do. Okay? So you take your P or you take your Y and you trace it on this 4x8 corrugated piece. Okay? So that's it right there. This is a huge, I've already cut out some Y's you can see over there. So you got your P right here. Okay? So you take your P, imagine that this is red or whatever the color you need. And if you can see, the corrugated goes in horizontal or vertical. You do not want to cut this way. If you cut this way, there is no way you're going to work. So do yourself a favor and make sure you cut it long way. All right. So then you take your P. Imagine this is red, and you trace it like kindergarten. You know what I mean? You trace your letter P. So now you have your letter P out on your piece of corrugated plastic, and now you got to cut it. It's the same tool that everybody else uses, guys. Razor knife. You can get a razor knife at Home Depot or Lowe's, guys, for probably like $5, and it comes with 5 razors. All right. So then what you do is you take your razor knife, and then imagine that I have my P. Okay. So in order to cut it straight, you gotta get a carpenter square, guys. What, $8? This thing's a lifesaver. And if you're a carpenter, you probably already have it. You can also use a ruler. Use a ruler to do that. One of the things that I did to make sure that the P doesn't move is I use painter's tape, and I'll put it on the I'll tape it onto the thing so nothing comes off. So what you do is you take your square, you cut it. Now you got to cut out. There's your P. Right? Is that coming up? You got to turn it around. So there's your P. So, but then you're probably saying like, but Rennick, how am I going to make it match? How am I going to make this match? What if the yellow is different? Okay. So before we get to that, on most letters, what I figured out, and you can use a ruler to do this, is that they have an outline. All right. This R has an outline, right, in white. And that edge is typically a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch. No, 1/4 inch or 3/8. I'm going to try to show you what a 1/4 inch is on a ruler. Well, you should know that. If you don't know that, you're gonna have to Google that. But what I did was, I go around with my letter P. Okay, frog tape is this is magic. This is magic, okay? So you take your frog tape and you basically, open up a really nice piece. I'll show you. All right. And before, what you've done is every 5 inches or so, you got to measure your 1/2 inch from the edge, right? So then what you do is you take your painter's tape and you outline the P with the tape. Why would I do that, Renick? Well, I'll tell you why. So then you got to do it on the inside also, 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch here, all the way around. I did this with the Y. I'm going to show you. And then, hey, you could get 6 cans of spray paint on Amazon. I used Rust-Oleum high performance enamel. The stuff will dry in 15 minutes. But you're probably like, but Renick, what if it's not the right color? What if it doesn't match? Okay. So you take one of your stakes, preferably a big one, take 2 of them, put them in the ground, and you spray it. I'll probably have to make a video on how you actually spray it and what's the right way to do it. Because you also got to use, you don't have to, but we used clear enamel. Okay? So now we have a yellow cut out, spray painted with enamel. And when you have it all sprayed, then you very carefully pull off all the tape. All right? So I'm going to ask you, because I got one I'm going to show you right now, if you can tell the difference on which one of the Ys is a Victory Store Y and which one I've created. Remember, your display is going to probably be at least 6 feet from the road, maybe even farther. So at first glance, no one is going to know the difference between your letter being a little maybe extra brighter or not. You're just going to be good. People are coming and they're just grateful that they have a wonderful sign. So you tell me, I don't know how this is going to come out. Let me see. Okay. So you tell me which one is one that I made. Which one? Okay. So it's this one. Okay. Put it up next to another one. You tell me, can you tell the difference? Yeah, you probably can. Actually, that might be the other one I made. I take that back. Those are the same, so you can't tell the difference. So though this yellow is a little bit darker, this one's a little bit brighter. But guys, at first glance, no one's going to notice. And they're not gonna walk up to your sign and be like, this is off 1/8 of an inch. I'm gonna need a refund. No, they're just happy their kid has got something. So that's how you can quickly create a letter if for whatever reason you don't have one. All right. So let's just leave it at that. This is where I keep all my stuff. We keep all of our letters hung. Most people don't. And then we also have a lot of stuff in bins. Now my wife is the organizer, so for all the ladies like order, structure, we can go into that later. But very quickly, that's how you make your yellow, a sign or a P or a Y or whatever. Hope it helps make it happen.